going? What's happening?
Tony,
Looks.
listening to you talk about, can you hear me, brother?
I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, listening to you talk about the members of the chat. I mean, I'm blushing, man. You're watching the show. It's your part of team's team too, so it just makes me feel good, man. Thanks a lot. That's awesome. That really makes me feel good, man.
Oh yeah, it's just a great to watch and great to see the interaction with everybody there in the chat room. It is indeed it's not a play on word. It's actually is Team Steam. If you guys, I welcome you to go and join that show and join that show's discussion because it feels like a study group there. Everyone's mind working together, trying to find winners. It's been very positive to see and very great. And we'll look now here at hockey here tonight. We got another minus 110 on both sides here. Some competitive lines tonight on the ice. Penguins here hosting the Maple Leafs, minus 110 both sides, total 6.5.
Yeah, that's what we want, really, right? Win or lose, I think we want to be able to put our, I know handicapping is part of measuring, favorites and underdogs, but yeah, let's get some pick'em affairs, right? We can solve those, but I think I might be on the sharp side more than the public side here in this one with Toronto taking on Pittsburgh tonight. The Maple Leafs, they're the better team record wise right now with an 8-5 record. And Pittsburgh, of course, had that 7-game losing streak before they just kind of turned it around with a 2-0-1 road trip. But they still are 2-6-2 over their last 10 games. So not sold on Pittsburgh just quite coming around yet, even though they did beat Toronto just 4 nights ago in Toronto, 4-2. So give Pittsburgh credit in that one. They limited the Leafs to just 4 shots on goal in the third period. So what I'm looking for is a little bit of redemption with these two teams. I mean, Toronto should be the better team right now. The record-wise, they're better. Maybe they have the better or recognize it's a better offense. Toronto did shake up their lines a little bit, which is big news for them because anytime you're talking about Austin Matthews, they took Marner off that Matthews line. So they're mixing it up a little bit, maybe to try to find just a little bit more or change things up just a bit. Toronto did respond with a 3-2 win over Vancouver on Saturday. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh came off the victory over Toronto and ended up losing in Montreal 5-4 in overtime. So, Toronto was at home in their win, but now they're coming on the road. Penguins. Casey DeSmith will be in there tonight for the Penguinos. Tony, turns out Yari's been kind of banged up. Now it'll be dismissed third start in the last 4 games, and Tristan Yari having a little bit of an injury. And speaking of which, for Toronto tonight, certainly part of my angle and handicap here. Matt Murray going to be in goal for Toronto, the former Penguin, 2-time Stanley Cup champion in the pipes back 5 or 6 years ago now for those 2 title runs. So Murray, the former Penguin, gets the start tonight in net, just his second start of the season. He's been injured most of the season. So I also like that Toronto number 6 power play in there against the penalty kill. Bottom eight or so for Pittsburgh. So I think Nylander, he scored in the game against Vancouver. Matthews, Tony, for all we think about Austin Matthews, this is probably his worst matchup with Pittsburgh, with just 4 goals and 4 assists in 14 games against the Penguins. So I don't want to say it's a bit of an anomaly. I don't think it's that Pittsburgh's played him tougher. It might be just a bit of a coincidence because Matthews scores against everybody, but maybe he needs to start taking a few more shots. His shots are down right now, and I think he knows, and that's why you've seen a little bit of shakeup there on the line. So maybe it's going to be low scoring tonight. That's why Mindy and I looked at this game. So I've got Toronto eking this one out, maybe in a 3-2 range here against the Penguins tonight. This is a pretty good game. Yeah.
Yep, we got a competitive one here. We got Ramon here on the Maple Leafs laying the minus 110 against this struggling Penguins outfit that has lost, 8 of their past 10. It's been a big struggle for this Penguins team. It started when they went on that trip to Western Canada.
Yep, but they did bounce back, and I picked up some points in the last 3 games. But yeah, you look at the longer term, if you will. I'm just thinking the Penguins maybe have not necessarily turned the corner yet. They are at home. The win was at Toronto, so I certainly like a team with a winning record like Toronto coming back, knowing that they'd like to get these points back that they just gave away to the Penguins on their home ice. So there is motivation tonight for the Maple Leafs. I think there's motivation for Matt Murray as well. It's not been all rosy for Murray. I mean, not necessarily even talking about the injury, but Murray, he went to Ottawa, didn't work out. He actually was sent. He actually spent time uh, down on the next level, getting back a little bit, getting healthy, but also maybe refining his game a little bit. Young anymore, really, but again, he'll have motivation tonight facing the Penguins in Pittsburgh. I think everyone remembers how good he was for the Penguins during those two Stanley Cup runs, and he was in the pipes for the Penguins. And I think the key for the Penguins will be to limit Malkin. I think will be one of the keys there as well. So we'll see. And I like the line shakeup. Marner and Matthews. That's they've been hooked up, but right now they're definitely moving things around a bit on those Toronto lines, trying to find some solutions. We take it for granted. We say the Maple Leaf offense is one of the better offenses. Right now they're kind of mired in the bottom half of the league offensively, but certainly nothing to indicate that they won't kind of return to a little bit of more form offensively when they get a little bit more on track, I guess, here. So we'll see. They're still 8-5. I like them here against the Pens.
Yep, and they limit Toronto limits the shots third in the shots allowed here for Toronto. They're minus Ramon has here minus 110 against the Penguins. This one here to start here at 7 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for tonight's action. Fantastic results here. Top of leaderboards, 2,809 units of profit in the last 30 days. It is all documented over at Tony's Picks. So if you go to Ramon's handicapper page, you can verify all those numbers. As you go up there, you'll see the leaderboards. But if you scroll to the bottom of the page, that's where we track all the picks. The picks are tracked here. The third-party service, we pay. It's quite expensive to pay for this, but we do it. We've got you can see all the results here. You can go ever since Ramon has picked the plays. They're here, and you can even test our system because once these games go final, they're graded right away, and they're graded quickly. So you can even I challenge you to test these our way our system operates here. You'll be impressed by it. Impressed by Ramon's record as well. Look at how he's winning here on a lot of these sports. Again, I said this is all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. You'll verify that by checking the numbers. Of course, 2,809 units of profit. All right, Ramon, we've got some action up there. We've got college basketball. Fantastic card. We're right into the holiday. It's getting close to the holidays, and we've got some great matchups here from college basketball. We've got NHL, NBA on the board. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Well, right now up on the site, Tony, got something for you with a three-pack, a multi-sport three-pack where I've got a action game, I've got one game on the NBA floor, and I've got one game in college basketball for a three-pack there. You see it, multi-sport three-pack for $30. Also a three-pack on the ice tonight. Doing pretty well right now in the NHL. So also I got the $15 best bet there on one of the action games. So hook up with me there. College football, you saw the numbers up there doing pretty okay there too, Tony. So I've got 3 packages loaded tonight up there, locked and loaded, if you will, for tonight's action. And maybe I want to come in with a big call. I want to really fire on college basketball, Tony. Don't want to, shoot ourselves in the foot right now. I feel good about the basketball card, but man, there's just so many spots. You want to be right, and I'm just a day or two away from really firing. Just want to, if we can keep together a little streak here, like we are. I know it's kind of humbling about it, if you will, because the run is pretty sharp, but really like some of the college basketball, the numbers coming in, and you're going to see more from me in college basketball. I'm already off to a pretty good start there. There's a lot of spots. You just don't want to be wrong. So going to go with right now these 7 plays tonight. Still looking, man, there's a lot of action tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's just roll with these for now. 3-pack on the ice, two sport 3-pack for $30 as well. And that, by the way, I think it's actually 6 games, Tony. That Maction game there that you see is actually part of the 3 pack. So I got 6 games right now, and that might be what we end up with.
All right, guys, get over if Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. You see the numbers, you see the impressive streak he's been on here. These are you can also tab here and hit the different time periods, but we look over for 2022. Top performer here, over 3,400 units of profit in NHL, 2,400 units of profit in NBA, showing 1,100 units of profit in college football, 800 units of profit in NFL. Even the NBA Summer League hit hard with 705 units of profit. MMA, CFL, he's been on winning in 2022 has been fantastic. So get on board with Ramon tonight. He's got the 3-pack on the ice, as he mentioned. Also, a multi-pack, a 3-pack up there here, as well as he gives you a play here from the college football, as well as basketball up there with that multi-sport 3-pack. He does have his best bet coming from Maction tonight, so check it out as well. And of course, the long-term pass, Ramon offers various seasonal passes up there from each season. Also offers a 1-year all sports pass to get all of Ramon's plays for a year. That's a really good value there, probably your best value if you're shopping for a seasonal passes to get the 1 year, get all the seasons here for a year. Or if you want to try them out here for a month, you can do that here as we go above here with that 1 month all sports pass. It's November, great time to get the 1 month pass. Get all of Ramon's premium plays here for a month. You'll get all the NFL, right? We're getting right into the Thanksgiving here next weekend. All the college football, that'll take you through the end of the regular season with these big rivalry games coming up the next 2 weeks, as well as those conference championship games, which are outstanding. So you want to get on board there with that 1 month pass. College basketball, we got the holiday tournaments feast week coming up next week from college basketball. A lot of big non-conference games coming up here in early December and mid-November. So that's also part of it, as well as any place Ramon has from MMA. He's in action with MMA. And of course, got to mention the World Cup. It starts Saturday. And again, the way the tournament sets up here, we get into the knockout stages sometime in early December, and that's kind of a slow period in college football, right? We got all the big cards are done, and then we've got pretty much the college basketball. But again, we find some light schedules there around in college basketball during the midweek with the finals, and that part will be taken up by the World Cup. So it's covered. So it's not so bad after all, right? It's not so bad after all when you kind of look at the way the schedules forms up. We got that little lull in finals there as we get ready for bowl week and we finish college football regular season. Of course, we're going to have all the NBA and NHL going wire to wire, but they'll fit in the World Cup at a perfect time there. So that 1 month pass is the way to go. Use the promo code here, TonyT, at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and get signed up. That 20% will take $66 off that 1 month All Sports Pass. It will also take $240 off the 1 year All Sports Pass. So if it's within your budget, you can do the 1 year as well. So, but you want to try them out here for the month of November, early December, get that 1 month pass. It's a fantastic value. And again, we told you how Ramon has just been knocking it out of the ballpark. Again, we're going to show you that the results they've been fantastic here with Ramon here over at Tony'sPicks.com here. For that's when we started everyone together, right? In about January, we're almost cycling here a year of doing this, and you can see here as we track here from 2022. You can see all the results that they're up here. I mean, the numbers are just amazing here from Ramon. So guys, go ahead and get signed up to one of those passes and get signed up to Ramon's 1 month All Sports Pass. Ramon, we also put together for you a Twitter account with Tony's Pick Ramon. More picks there, and of course that morning Steam show with you and Mindy.
Tony, thanks for talking about those numbers, and just happy to be part of Tony'sPicks.com. I got a pick for you today, free, because of your commitment to us here at Tony's Picks. Log on to Tony's Picks Ramon, get more free picks with all the handicappers. I've got another pick for you tonight on the ice, just like my partner on the team, Mindy Hahn. You know, Tony, combined with, you talk about the morning steam, you know, if you combine my record yesterday of 8-3-1 and the morning steam record of 7-0, that's 15-3-1. So I don't know what else I can do, but I can tell you this, Tony, you could buy those 2 packages and roll with me and make a bunch of money, but you might be better off also throwing in Mindy and Tony, because Tony, the 3 losses I had, it was unbeknownst to me. I didn't purposely fade you and Mindy, but the 3 losses I had went exactly against three of your guys' premium plays. My three losses were three wins for you guys. So that kind of chuckled at that because if I just listened to my co-partners, my co-workers here at Tony's picks, I could have went undefeated and probably went 18-0. But no, I had to pick these games that I went against you, brother. So oh well, that happens when you're doing this. Without communicating, we're just all making picks as we see it. And that's always going to happen. Happens with us on Team Steam. Mindy and I were just clicking with the picks. She picks the schedule, handicaps the game, gives a little synopsis. I come in with a few observation and notes and statistics. If I agree or disagree, that ends up being a consensus pick, and boom, we went 7-0 yesterday to have a pretty good day. So, I just got to listen to Mindy and Tony a little more, and I could be even better than that. So, and yeah, looking forward. Tony, the time the show comes on, when the World Cup starts uh, next Sunday morning our time, I think it ends up being, but we'll be on the air every day for one of the featured matchups. Each day we'll be on the air doing morning steam, and there'll be one of the big games going on in the World Cup, including that opener between Qatar and Ecuador. And didn't know if you caught my little preview there of the Qatar Ecuador game, Tony, where I said that Qatar was taking money for the opener, but in all reality, it was Ecuador that was taking the money possibly from Qatar as they get ready for that opener. Don't be surprised if there's a shocker. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Qatar's actually put a lot of money into their soccer program to make sure that they had a quality team as they were going to host, and they've, ramped up their training and everything. And Ecuador's a fine club, but watch out. Maybe Qatar's going to find a way to win that opener over Ecuador.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there, and probably some trades. And I don't mean trading players. I mean trading currency for goods. So anyway, check out Ramon Scott over at Tony Sick Ramon. And of course, check out the Morning Steam Saturday through Thursday here at 9 a.m. each time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so you're live with us, so you get those best numbers. And also like to give a shout out to some of our folks there on the YouTube channel as well that are listening to us here as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I think I had one up here right now. I think we've got them coming in here. Latifa is joining us today. She's one of your regulars there on the Morning Steam, right?
Oh man, it's just amazing. The way you talked about it is really what made me kind of blush, and that you're watching this show. It just makes me feel like, wow, you're the real deal, Tony. No doubt about it. So serious and dedicated to this profession and your website and everything, and that's why I get all fired up to be here on the show and doing this with you guys right now. And when I win, it makes me feel like we're carrying it as a team. That's why when we said, Team Steam goes 3-0, we weren't, Mindy and I weren't taking all credit for going 7-0 because, sometimes I'm hemming and hawing there with my notes and try to make a pick on every game. And I'm sure you feel the same way, doing every single game every night where, your numbers or your handicap really might fall right in line with what could happen in that game. You're just looking for the right statistic. I like to call it the human algorithm, which team is going to be off on a particular day. And sometimes it just, the chat says one thing, and I'm kind of leaning that way. I'm going to go with the chat. It's just a free play. I say it's just a free play. You want to win them all, but if you can get everybody involved and they feel like they've participated, we try to. One of the neat features too that I mentioned to Mindy is that when we chop up those videos, because we take all the videos of the show and make them individual videos, so when people are searching for a preview of the game, they can type into Google or into the YouTube search, like you mentioned, they can just type in the teams and the words Morning Steam or even just Tony's Picks and get the preview of the game directly from our crew here, whether it be you, me, Mindy, Ben, Brandon, whoever, and they'll get that preview. But with the Morning Steam show, we're actually able to put in the chat comments from everyone. So they kind of, get their moment to shine too, because when someone goes to look at their video, we talk about the game, and as we're talking about the game, we flash the comments from the people in our chat. So they're kind of put in the spotlight on those videos just as much as Mindy and I doing the talking.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Appreciate all the contributions for all the great folks in the community, like Latifah, Butterscotch, and a lot more as well. I know there's Crush, right, with the Crush Diamonds.
Rush time.
Yes, diamonds. There we go.
Oh yeah. There's really about 2 dozen that I really think call. Look, one day I hope that's too many for me to call all the shout outs, but I try to say everyone's name in there because I know when I was getting back involved in kind of this, this type of handicapping. I've been doing this for over 30 years, back to the days of the score phones and the screaming touts and the newsletters and all that. But with this new tech, I call it new technology, but the YouTube handicapping has really only caught on over the last, 5+ years, where and it's still growing, right, with websites like yours and these multi-capper sites. But what really makes it kind of stand out for me is that those people who are participating with us become part of, like you said, part of the community that we're developing. I didn't know it was going to go that way when you suggested this. That's just how it evolved. And I went today. I want to get Mindy here. And the chemistry's good, and the chat is good. So it's working. It's a real interesting time for me personally.
Yep, it's going to look great work with Mindy and Ramon. Check them out on the morning steam. It is Saturdays through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Ramon, it's always great having a show. Keep up that great work. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, got to get it.
You got it.